What is going on? So basically, right, what's after happening is this will just show you like how amazing I am with recording. Either the mic was dead, the camera didn't pick up any sound, and the video was just very all over the place. I'm actually sitting or editing things now, and I'm like, this is making no sense. So I'm gonna do the intro here, right? Welcome back to the channel. What I will mention, like, oh, I said this in the previous video or whatever. Ignore that. Okay, just ignore that, because the video was very all over the place, like I said, and then there was parts where there was like no audio and stuff. But I just said, you know what, I'll just do it like a shorter video and basically catching you guys up on what the hell I've been doing since the Scotland show, which was a month and 1 day ago to be exact, and what the game plan is moving forward. So yeah, I am 11 days out from my first pro qualifier of the year, which I am so excited for. But yeah, I know I've been MIA. I've just been really focusing on switching my mindset, which I'll go through where my mindset ended up going in the next kind of portion of the video. But yeah, I've been just working away, ticking the boxes, yeah, just trying to stay on top of client work, make sure that all of the gals are taken care of, while also making sure that I'm taking care of myself and like protecting my peace. But I've really done a lot of investigating, we'll say, as to why my head went into the bin basically when I was over in Scotland, and I am determined not to let that happen again. So welcome back to the YouTube. I do plan on doing like more little updates and things like that going forward, but I think for me I'm better off just keeping the videos like shorter, sweeter, to the point, because I do think I am better with like long form content, because I love just sitting down and having the chats. Like I love, like, yeah, just talking freely, like, yeah. So enjoy the updates, but to enjoy the updates, guys, and if you want to see more updates, you guys have to give the video a like, and you guys have to subscribe to the channel. Otherwise you will miss any updates that I do post, and I know that you guys really want the updates. Do you know what I mean? That's why you guys are here. So without further ado, you will, like I said, you will hear me saying, oh, in the other video and this and that, and ignore that because there is no other video, okay? What is going on? So it is the next day. I have had a busy rest day. So Mondays and Tuesdays, they are kind of like my busiest days in the week, because they are the days that I have check-ins, and then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, then I have like posing calls, things like that. So like Monday and Tuesday, they are like dedicated check-in days. And yeah, so I got up, did my check-in for Meg, because I'm checking in for Meg every single day. God love her looking at me every single day. So like I was saying yesterday, like fatigue was very high, and that was the first kind of like hard day that I had in prep. And this morning Meg just kind of looked at like the way that I was moving like in my posing routine. She was like, yeah, let's just keep steps a little bit lower today. So I had check-ins, boxed them off, did 3k steps fasted in the morning, and then my step count for today is between like 5 and 6, so I'm pretty much done with steps now. I also went in to get some body work done. I didn't get any dry needling or anything like that, just because I don't want to bruise. Like, I have bruises on my knees from doing the abductor the other day, which is crazy. So yeah, but I said that I would sit down and do a little bit of like a review of like where I was at going into the Scotland show and where we're currently at right now. So I will pop my photos from the Scotland show somewhere like here, maybe somewhere along here, wherever they'll fit, basically. So going into that show, I hate being like, oh, it was a warm-up show, but it really was a warm-up show. Like, we didn't peak going into the show. We knew that, like, yes, we were ready for a regional, but we definitely weren't ready for like a pro qualifier. And the Scotland show was a regional, so we knew that we still had a little bit to come off. And it was good for Meg to kind of see how I am coming into shows. I can get quite stressed coming into shows, like with traveling, being in a different environment. And this was my first show with Meg as well, so it was just interesting for her to kind of see. Now, I would love to sit here and say everything went really smooth and everything like that, but it didn't. I lost my head a little bit. I got very stressed, and my physique definitely showed the stress that I was putting myself under. I'm a very competitive person. That's why I compete competitively as a bodybuilder. If I wasn't competitive, I would just go to the gym and gain muscle, diet, things like that, right? But I do like to compete. Like, yes, I like the challenge of it, but I am very, very competitive. And in my head, I was like, well, like, there is no option. Like, you have to come away first place. Otherwise, all these people are going to be disappointed in you. And which is a load of, like, bullshit. I can, like, and if a client was saying that to me, I would tell them the same thing that Meg said. Like, there is no pressure. Just the pressure that I was putting on myself. But the more that I stressed, the worse my physique got. And now, I'm not saying it was a bad physique. I mean, like, I came home with first place, right? Spoiler alert. But I came home with first place, but the more that I stressed, the worse the physique got. The worse the physique got, the more I stressed. So it was like a vicious circle, or like a spiral, basically. But it was still a good thing that I stepped on stage, because Meg got to see then what way my head can go potentially, when I'm given too much downtime as well. So I find it very hard to sit down and relax. So I think going into shows going forward, I need to almost make myself a little bit busy, but doing things that, like, I can sit down and, like, not be moving, if that makes any sense. I need to keep my brain occupied. So that's one thing that I had completely forgotten about, in, like, because it's been almost 2 years since I last stepped on stage before Scotland. But we knew that going into that show we needed more condition, which, like, that was just, yeah, we knew that already. So what we have been doing since then, I have done one cardio session. I literally did one cardio session last week, and my weight dropped massively. We seen and we went back to, like, normal steps for one day, so 12k steps. And then the next morning woke up and Meg was like, yeah, fat loss is pretty much done now. But what we actually did was, so coming away from Scotland, I kind of expressed to Meg that I actually was a little bit more fatigued than what I was letting on. Very bold, I know. So we did a diet break, which we had planned on doing anyway. That's what was in the timeline, to run a little bit of a diet break and just freshen up the physique. So we ran that for a week. Higher foods, no steps, no training, no cardio, and it just meant a much fuller look. And I felt like my physique was actually in a really good place. Now, not conditioned enough to step on stage, but I just felt like alive again. Then from there we went back to, like, normal 12k steps, still no cardio, just training, and my body just responded really, really well. It just needed a little bit of a pullback, you know, to be able to push forward again. So literally I've done one cardio session since Scotland, and this is how we are looking now. So I will pop photos somewhere along here, somewhere. And yeah, like, I'm really, really happy, because my feedback in 2024 was more condition, a little bit more glute, but I feel like every bikini girl is going to get that feedback of a little bit more glute. You can never have too much glute. So yeah, that was one thing that I said to Med, like, I want to make sure, like, that if I'm stepping on stage, I am coming in conditioned, and we are definitely conditioned, let me just say that. So fat loss is done. Yes, we are a little bit flat, and like I was kind of saying in one of the shots, or if I said it, I can't remember, if I just thought it. I'm not like mad about this look, just because it is really flat, but I am kind of like, it's actually kind of sick how, like, you can see that much definition. So it makes me really excited to see what the end look is going to be. Like, you will have to sit a little bit flatter, you will have to kind of, like, deplete going into the shows, just so that then when you do actually go to increase food and things like that, that the body actually responds. So I'm really, really looking forward to seeing, like, the end look with a proper peak, everything like that. Like, yeah, so I'm excited. Meg has done out, like, a provisional peak week plan, of what we're generally going to be doing. So it looks like I'm going to be training like one day on, one day off. So that's going to be exciting. And I also had a call with Ashley from And Pose last week to pick out bikini colours. She already has the bikini made. She called me last night. I was actually on my way to bed, and she was like, Nadine, I'm not sure if you're actually going to like this bikini colour. I'm not a bright colour kind of a gal normally, so it was a bit of a shock that I actually did pink, to be honest, in Scotland. But she showed it to me and I started crying. Now, like most of that, yes, the bikini was beautiful, but I was also just very, very tired. But the bikini is like, it's better than I ever could have even imagined, and I cannot wait. I cannot wait to wear it on stage. I can already visualise like how I'm going to do my makeup. My hair I'm just going to do straight because my hair won't really hold a curl, or else it'll go frizzy or it's flat. So I just think straight hair is just the easiest for me. But yeah, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. So we're officially 11 days out, which is madness, like 11 days. So we'll properly start peaking from Monday, so today is Tuesday. So exactly like, no, actually, sorry, I'm lying. Saturday, so exactly 7 days out, we'll start to properly peak. So yeah, I'm really excited. And going into the show mindset wise, like, I've just removed the pressure. Like, yes, I want to do well, but I'm also kind of like, this is the best I've ever looked. Like, Jesus Christ, even when I stepped on stage at Scotland, that was the best that I have ever looked on stage. It wasn't the best physique that I had seen on myself, if that makes sense. But I just feel very proud. Like, I feel very proud, and you know, like, it just goes to show as well, like, when you relax, like, I've been the most chilled that I have been since coming off stage in Scotland. Like, I've just been like, look, I cannot let myself get into a mindset like that again, because I didn't enjoy the show day, and I want to enjoy the show day. The last time I actually really, really enjoyed a show day was 2023, I think, which is sad to think that, you know what I mean, because I've stepped on stage a good few times after that. So I just want to be able to come away from Muscle Contest and be like, I had an absolute ball, and whatever happens on the day happens. I will, once I'm like, yeah, I just want to be chill. I just want to be chill. I want to be present in the moment, and I just want to have fun up there. You know, I'm removing all pressure. At the end of the day, this is the absolute best I've ever looked. So yeah, I'm really excited. But on that note, because I feel like this vlog is kind of all over the place, but I will record for you guys when there's a little bit more happening in terms of like the peak week and different manipulations and things like that that we do end up doing. But thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. If you made it this far, you are an OG, and I do appreciate you guys. Make sure that you do give the video a like. I know that the videos are very few and far between, but I'm trying my best, right? And one like equals one motivation. That's what we're gonna call it. One motivation for me to post these a little bit more. So with that, guys, I'm gonna love yous. I'm gonna leave yous, and yeah, make sure you like and subscribe to the video, like and subscribe to the channel. Yes, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye.